Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3.
There are 2 huge military shooters coming out this year, Battlefield 3 and, of course, Modern Warfare 3. But the question is at E3, how do they stack up against each other? We check them out. I just got to play Modern Warfare 3. What I got to play was Spec Ops, and what that is it's kind of like a horde mode. You're constantly being attacked by waves and waves of enemies. They really improved it for Modern Warfare 3. There are lots of bonuses, lots of upgrades to buy, different weapons, but there's also some improved AI. And what's really great is that you can actually buy your own AI now. You can actually call in your own squad to fight with you. The gameplay feels as tight as it's ever been for Modern Warfare 3. The missions are a lot of fun. Of course, it's especially fun to play with other people and just go as far as you can and freak out and panic and just see how high of a score you can get. But one thing that's really nice is that they're actually using multiplayer maps instead of single player maps. That means that you on your own time, can just play these Spec Ops missions and get familiar with the maps for multiplayer before you go against other people head to head. So you can really get a feel for the maps, a feel for where you need to be, and it's a good way to like train up to be like, you know, a badass in the future. So that's our look at Modern Warfare 3. Now we're going to check out Battlefield 3. I checked out Battlefield 3 and my first impressions were, wow, this is a really, really kinetic game. What really stands out is how realistic it is. Compared to Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3 is hyper-realistic. You can actually see the way the characters move and run and duck for cover and shoot. Everything about it hits some part of your brain and you just think, oh my god, this is kind of real. Some part of your brain is thinking this is real, and that makes every part of the combat, every map that you're on, everything that's going on feel a little bit more nerve-wracking, more intense. What really was great was the multiplayer. The multiplayer is incredibly strong. You will see really large maps, extremely large maps with lots of different levels, lots of like high and low points. It's also not like generic and perfectly shaped maps. It feels like a real map, a real location you would find anywhere at any city. The other thing that is amazing about it is the fully destructible environments. You're just going to see pillars break apart, just like you would see like in the first Matrix movie. Exploding columns. Buildings will actually fall down. But even if it's a completely boring environment, I mean, even if it's an environment that looks completely normal and mundane, there's nothing exploding, whatever, it's still kind of nerve-wracking because of how realistic it looks. The gameplay is fantastic. The graphics are great. This is a really, really solid military shooter. For E3 this year, we have to give it to Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is the winner against Modern Warfare 3, at least at E3, but we're going to have to find out a lot more when both games come out. For MSNBC.com, I'm Todd Kenrick.